I was there when the baby was born. Yeah, I know how that sounds. Why would a man stand in the delivery room for a child he knew wasn't his? Because at that moment, I didn't know. Not yet. She held my hand, eyes full of tears, pain, fear, maybe guilt. I didn't see it then. I saw the woman I loved, about to bring our child into the world. Our child. When the nurse handed her the baby, she looked at me, smiling, exhausted. "Isn't he perfect?" she whispered. I nodded. I kissed her forehead. I believed it. It wasn't until the second day that something shifted. A nurse came in with a clipboard. "Ready to sign the birth certificate, Dad?" I took the pen. But as I looked at the paper, something gnawed at me. The timing. He was early. Almost a month. And suddenly, all those nights she stayed late at work, all those times she said she was tired, stressed, it hit me. I didn't say anything right then. I just handed the clipboard back. "I'll sign it later." That night I couldn't sleep. I sat in the hospital chair, staring at the tiny baby in the bassinet. He looked peaceful, innocent, and I hated what I was thinking. But I had to know. When we got home, everything looked the same. Same house, same photos on the wall, same bed where she used to kiss me goodnight. But nothing felt the same. The baby cried softly in the next room while she slept. Like nothing was wrong. But I was wide awake. The doubts didn't fade. They grew. I remembered a night, 6 months ago. She came home late, said her car broke down. I didn't ask questions then. I trusted her. Stupid. 3 days later, I made the decision. I bought a DNA test kit. I didn't tell her. Just swabbed the baby's mouth one morning while she was in the shower, heart pounding like I was committing a crime. Sent it off. Waited. Those days were the longest of my life. She laughed. Played with the baby. Told me how happy she was that we were a family now. I nodded. I smiled. But inside? I was breaking. The results came back on a Thursday. I'll never forget that email. Probability of paternity 0%. I sat there, staring at the screen. No anger. No screaming. Just cold, hard clarity. That night, I confronted her. I held up the printed result. She turned pale. "Whose is it?" I asked, voice low. Tears welled up. She didn't deny it. "I didn't mean for this to happen," she whispered. "It was a mistake." I laughed. "Couldn't help it." "A mistake? That's not what this looks like." She begged me not to leave. Said we could fix it. That I could still be his father. I looked her dead in the eye. "I'm not signing anything." I thought once I knew the truth, it would be over. But I was wrong. Turns out, when your world collapses, everyone else suddenly thinks they get a say in how you rebuild it. My mother was the first to call. I should have known. She's always been the type to believe that marriage means forever, no matter what. "You can't just leave her," she said, voice sharp like she was scolding me for breaking a window. "She's the mother of your child." "She's not," I said. Calm but firm. A pause. Then that tired sigh I'd heard 1,000 times growing up. "Biology doesn't matter. You took vows, Ryan. You stood before God. And she broke them. She made a mistake." "No, Mom. She made a choice. Over and over. She needs you." I almost laughed at that. "No. She needs someone who can keep pretending." And I hung up. It didn't stop there. Her mother came by 2 days later. showed up at the door like it was her house. Holding the baby, him, wrapped in that soft blue blanket we picked out together before everything fell apart. "He's your son in every way that matters," she said, stepping inside without waiting. I didn't move. Just stared. "He needs you." "No," I said cold. "He needs the truth. And I'm not it." She sat down, rocking him gently. "My daughter's a wreck. She knows she hurt you. She's sorry. She's sorry she got caught." Her eyes flared. "Don't be cruel. You loved her once." "Yeah," I said. "Before I knew who she was." She stood, clutching the child closer. "You're a good man. Don't throw this away because of pride. This isn't pride. This is survival." After that, the calls started. Friends. Family. People who had no idea what it felt like to live in a house filled with lies. "Work it out. Think of the child. You'll regret leaving." No one asked what I needed, what it did to me. No one saw the nights I sat alone, wondering how many times she looked me in the eye and lied. How many times she came home to my arms with someone else's scent still clinging to her skin. I filed the papers the next morning. No hesitation. Divorce. Clean. Fast. When she got them, she came to me. Red-eyed. Pleading. "I love you. We can fix this." "No, we can't. Please don't do this." I looked her dead in the eye. "You already did. In court they asked me, 'Do you acknowledge paternity?' 'No,' I said. 'I'm not the father. Not in name. Not in blood. Not anymore.' And with that I walked out. Freedom didn't feel the way I thought it would. I expected some kind of relief, like a weight lifted, like I could finally breathe again. But the truth is, freedom felt empty at first. Quiet. Unfamiliar. After I walked out of that courtroom, I didn't go home. I didn't have a home anymore. I packed up what was mine, a couple of bags, some tools, clothes, and the memories I didn't want but couldn't shake. I left the house to her. Let her keep it. Let her sit in the ruins of what she destroyed. I found a small apartment on the edge of town. Nothing special, 1 bedroom, creaky floors, old appliances. But it was clean. It was mine. And most importantly, it didn't carry her scent. I didn't buy much to fill it. A couch, a bed, a table for one. I didn't want reminders of what I had before. I didn't want to replace anything. I just wanted to exist without pretending anymore. The first night there, I sat on the floor with a beer, staring at the blank walls. No photos, no decorations. Just silence. And for the first time in months, I didn't hear her voice in my head. I kept busy. Took extra hours at work, not for the money, but to stay tired. Exhaustion kept the thoughts away. I hit the gym every morning before sunrise. The pain was good. Real. It gave me something to control. Weekends used to be the hardest. That's when we'd go out, visit friends, act like the perfect couple. Now, I spent them running. Through the park, through the city, anywhere my legs could take me. People drifted away. Some friends didn't know what to say. Some thought I was being cold. Some stayed in touch, the ones who mattered. My mother? She finally stopped calling about forgiveness. She saw I wasn't bending. Her mother? Never heard from her again. And I was fine with that. I didn't date. Didn't want to. Trust was a foreign language now. Months passed. And then a year. And slowly, I started to feel like myself again. Or maybe someone new, someone I liked more. I started a side business, just something small. Repairs, odd jobs. Working with my hands reminded me I could build. That not everything in my life had to break. One day, I got a letter. Her name on the return address. I didn't open it. Didn't need to. I tossed it in the trash. Because whatever she had to say didn't matter anymore. 3 years. That's how long it had been since I last saw her. Since I walked away. Since I left behind the life I thought was mine. A lot had changed. I bought a house, not big but cozy, with a porch that creaked and a yard that needed mowing every week. It wasn't perfect, but it was mine. Every nail, every board I'd put in myself. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was living. Work was steady. The side business took off, enough that I didn't have to answer to anyone but myself. I liked it that way. I had friends again. Real ones. People who didn't ask about her. People who knew me as the man I became, not the one she left. And yeah, there was someone new. Emma. Met her by accident, literally. She bumped into me at the hardware store. Apologized 3 times, then smiled like she meant it. It took months for me to let her in. But she didn't push. She just stayed. And slowly, she made me believe in good again. I hadn't thought about her, my ex, in a long time. Until the call. I was fixing the fence out back when my phone rang. Unknown number. I almost didn't pick up. Ryan? The voice said. I froze. I knew that voice. It was her. I know I'm the last person you want to hear from, she said quickly, like she was rushing through the guilt. But I need to talk to you. Please. My grip tightened on the phone. What do you want? I asked flat. It's about him, she said. Silence. The baby? I asked. He's not a baby anymore, she said softly. And he's asking questions. I didn't say anything. Just stood there, phone hot in my hand, heart suddenly heavy with something I hadn't felt in years. What does he want? I asked finally. He's asking about his father, she said. Her voice cracked. About you. I'm not his father. I know, she whispered. But he doesn't. I sat down on the steps of the porch, staring at the yard I worked so hard for. The life I built. The peace I'd earned. Why are you telling him I am? I asked. I didn't, she said. I just never told him the truth. She was quiet for a long time, waiting. Ryan, he looks like you. He thinks you're his dad. And I don't know how to. I don't know what to do. It took me days to decide. Days where every hour stretched longer than it should, and the silence in my head was louder than anything around me. Emma noticed, of course. She didn't ask questions, not at first. She just stayed close, her presence more grounding than any words could be. But I couldn't ignore it. Couldn't shake the weight of that call. Of him. Sunday morning, I got in the truck and drove. Not fast. Not far. Just enough time to think. I didn't owe her anything. That part was clear. But him? He didn't ask for this. He didn't ask to be born from lies. And I couldn't hate a child for that. I needed to see him. Once. For me. underscore 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 underscore. We met at a park, neutral ground. She was already there when I arrived, sitting on a bench with him at her side. He looked older than I expected. Not a baby anymore, not even close. When he saw me, he stood, unsure, eyes wide. "You're Ryan?" he asked, voice small. I nodded. "You're my dad?" I looked at her. She wouldn't meet my eyes. I crouched down to his level, steady. "No, I'm not," I said gently. "But I was there when you were born. And I cared about your mom a long time ago." His face fell. Not shocked. Just disappointed. "Then why did you leave?" That question hit harder than I thought it would. "I left because your mom didn't tell me the truth. And sometimes, when people lie, we can't stay." He nodded slowly, like he didn't fully get it, but maybe someday he would. We sat for a bit, just talking. About nothing big. School, his favorite games. He was smart. Curious. Not my son, but still, a good kid. I didn't make promises. Didn't say I'd be back. That wouldn't be fair. But I told him one thing. Always ask for the truth. And don't let people lie to you, no matter who they are. When I left, she tried to speak, but I didn't let her. No more words. No more stories. Back home, Emma was waiting. I walked in, tired but light, for the first time in years. "Well?" she asked, rising to meet me. "I'm done," I said. Simple. Final. And I meant it. Some people chase closure. Me? I just let it go. I almost laughed, bitter. "You should have thought of that before." I was scared. "No, you were selfish." She didn't deny it. "What do you want from me?" I asked. She hesitated. "He wants to meet you." My chest tightened. "I think he deserves to know," she added. "Even if it's hard." I didn't answer. I hung up. That night I didn't sleep. Emma noticed. She didn't ask much, but I could feel her eyes on me, the way her hand rested lightly on mine, waiting for me to speak. But I didn't. Because I didn't know what to say. The next morning, I found myself driving. Not anywhere specific, just moving. Trying to outrun the question in my head. What do I owe a child that isn't mine?